Hello, and welcome to the Abundology Podcast. My name is Renee Spears, and I'm a Law of Attraction mentor and spiritual advisor, and I help people be happy and have more money, love, time, and joy in their lives. I'm coming to you from downtown Portland, Oregon, and this is the weekly energy update for the week of February 7th, 2021. Every Sunday, I talk about how the energy is going to be for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you do get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And today is Super Bowl Sunday and the start of a really busy week. This week, we have a new moon in Aquarius, which is on Thursday, February 11th. And because the moon cycle is 28 and a half days long, we pretty much have 1 month to start and finish something new every new moon cycle. So this new moon in Aquarius on Thursday is the perfect time to set an intention for the next month. This new moon is bringing change into our lives in a powerful way because it's the culmination point of that epic 2021 stellium in Aquarius. And we talked about the stellium last week. So in astrology, when 4 or more planets are in the same zodiac sign, it's called a stellium. And when this happens, it creates this supercharged field of energy. These stelliums are powerful and they are accelerators. So on the new moon on Thursday, there will be a whopping 7 planets: the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and then the asteroid Pallas Athena, all in Aquarius. So all these planets amplify the energy of this new moon. So the Age of Aquarius has arrived, and this new moon is supercharged with this futuristic energy of a new beginning. So use this energy to help you visualize your ideal future. Get focused on what you want to accomplish throughout the next chapter of your life. It's a great time to get creative and maybe do a vision board if you haven't done one yet this year, or a list of things that you would like to have in your 5-year plan, something to get started with. So Aquarius is the most innovative sign of the zodiac, so it's a great time to approach your new moon goals in like an unconventional way. So consciously think of how you're going to go about doing things and then intentionally try a different way. So for instance, if you usually map out every single step of a project before you start it and you have a plan, instead, why don't you just try jumping in and allowing yourself more creative freedom to change things as you go along. So this is an opportunity right now to do things in a new way. And remember, we're in Mercury retrograde still, so we're rethinking things and coming up with possibly better solutions to the ways that we were doing things in the past. This new moon in Aquarius is also helping us get comfortable with the unique parts of ourselves that set us apart from the crowd, the things that make us different. So being really authentic right now and owning who you are, that's an important part of this full moon. And this new, or sorry, the full moon, the new moon. This new moon also gives us a perfect opportunity to step back and kind of take a look at the bigger picture of our lives. It's really easy to miss the big picture when we're caught up in the grind. So this is the perfect time to switch up our perspective and see, what we have missed. Once again, because Mercury is retrograde, it allows us this opportunity to rethink things. So this new moon also has some really especially lucky vibes being sent our way when it comes to love and money. That's because Venus will be cozying up to the lucky planet of Jupiter, and my favorite planet, at the time of this new moon. So if you're looking to start a new romantic relationship, take your relationship to the next level, like maybe ask somebody to marry you or move in, or make a big financial move, this is a really auspicious time to do that. So last week we talked about writing down all the money that we received, and we've committed to looking at money in a new way this year. So this week is the perfect time to rethink how we think about and talk about our money, especially to ourselves. So do you ever say, I live paycheck to paycheck, or it's always feast or famine with me, or I can't afford it? Remember that we're creating our reality. So if you're saying any of these things, you are making them true and you're creating them in your reality. So you want a different relationship with your money, then change how you talk about it. So instead of I can't afford it, shift to I'm smart with my money. That's especially important if you have young kids. I know when my kids were younger, it was really easy when you go to the grocery store and they wanted something to say, we can't afford it. But those are really harming things to teach a kid when they're forming their ideas about abundance and about money at that young age. Instead, let's shift that to we're smart with our money. So instead of it's always feast or famine, try I always have enough. And I noticed something this week about how I talk about my money. And I'm sure you've heard me say that I find money every time I take Jack for a walk. And this is true. Every time I take Jack for a walk, I at least find a penny. Many times, quarters, nickels, dimes, change, $20 bill a couple weeks ago. That was great. But I also go for other walks by myself without Jack. And I very seldom find money on those walks. And I'm sure it's because I'm clear with my intention to find money when I'm walking with Jack. I mean, you've heard me say it. Every time I take Jack for a walk, I find money. But I never say that about my own individual walks. I'm not clear about finding it when I walk by myself or with my friends. So my new statement is, I find money every time I go for a walk. So this new moon is the perfect time to rethink the things you're telling yourself about your money. And especially since Mercury is in retrograde. And once again, the perfect time to rethink and then start doing things differently with this new moon. So also this week, we have the Chinese New Year, and this is the year of the metal ox. The year of the rat is ending, and if you think about it, rats traditionally bring plagues, so it's nice to have that year ending. And this year is going to be lucky and also perfect to focus on relationships, whether we're talking about friendships, employees, love. In the Chinese zodiac, the ox is very hardworking and honest and positive and methodical. They achieve their goals by constant effort. So 2021 is going to be a year when work will get rewarded. So the bottom line for the year of the metal ox couldn't be clearer. Success will come to those who work hard. Success will come to those who work hard. So there's nothing wrong with hard work. Let's think about that though. For traditionally, a lot of us think hard work means a lot of hours. And I would like to rethink that right now. You can work really hard and get a lot done in just 1 or 2 hours. Hard work does not necessarily translate into long hours. So there are so many ways to prepare for the Chinese New Year. And here are just a couple that are easy to incorporate in our Western world. So the first thing is to decorate using oranges and tangerines. So according to Chinese tradition, on the New Year, it's a good day to decorate with tangerines and oranges because these fruits are known to attract fortune. And it's citrus season anyway, so have a big bowl of oranges or tangerines in your home right now. It would be really great to attract good fortune. So the second thing is fresh blooming flowers, which are a symbol of rebirth. So this is the perfect time for some tulips or some other spring flowers to bring them into your home. And finally, clean your home before the beginning of the Chinese New Year, which is on Friday. So this helps ward off any bad luck and it eliminates any unhappiness from the previous year. So the history of the Chinese New Year can be traced back almost 3,500 years. And we remember that traditions practiced by billions of people at the same time every year affect the energy of that time period. So these traditions have been going on for about 3,500 years. So that is some powerful energy. So this week we have a new moon in Aquarius that is supercharged because of those 7 planets there in Aquarius with it. And we add that energy to the powerful energy of the year of the ox. And so this week is the time to set some big intentions and make some big plans for the new year. Because though there's so much energy this week, things can be really intense. This could be a week where you're like, oh my God, I feel like I got hit by a truck, not in a sick way, but in a, oh my gosh, what is happening to us way. So take it easy on yourself. Pace yourself. Decorate with some citrus and some fresh flowers and clean your home to get rid of any unwanted happiness from any unhappiness from last year. We want all the happiness. And be easy on yourself and others. This is a good, powerful, positive time. It might be a little overpowering for some of us, but that's okay. We're going to get through it. It's 1 week, a week that starts a lot of great things into motion. So as always, thank you for listening. You may not know this, but my podcast is also on YouTube. And from here on out, all of my podcasts will have closed captions. So that's just one way that I am rethinking how to do my business right now. Anyway, have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next week. And Happy New Year, the year of the ox.